My name's Jolie.
I'm Lucy Malone.
And we are creating the Museum of Ordinary People. I was doing a walking tour around Brighton last May that was showing people the counterculture history of Brighton, so where the punks and the beatniks and the hippies used to hang out. The reason why I discovered all of that was because I squatted a house 15 years ago and a woman's life had been left behind, so it was like a time capsule. And I'd made a show about this woman's life. Her name was Anne Clark, and the show was called Hip. And then from that I developed a walking tour where I took people around and showed them the world that Anne lived in the 60s and 70s. And whilst I was doing that tour, Lucy came on the walking tour, and afterwards we went to the pub.
I was just doing my dissertation for my degree in psychosocial studies. I created an archive and exhibition and autoethnography of my late mother's artistic practice and all the documents and belongings that she'd left behind. So yeah, I think that there were so many parallels between our work, that we were, using documents to tell a story, and that it had a personal connection, different connection, but like that when I heard your story and Anne's story, it just completely resonated with me.
And I mentioned that I had an idea of creating a thing called the Museum of Ordinary People, and this is the kind of first step, is to do a week curated exhibition at the Spire.
Pop-up museum.
Yeah, pop-up museum.
Pop-up museum.
Pop-up museum.
Yeah.
With some evening events as well, performances.
Yeah.
And so the dream is to end up with a permanent space. That's what we're aiming towards, is the bigger picture.
I think there's a need for a space like that here, and a need to write that into history.
I think people really appreciate things being more interactive. I think people want to be involved. Real people and real lives are the silences in history,
yeah.
They're the blank spots.
When you think of a museum, you think of sort of an institution or a space which represents a very specific type of our history and presents an idea about what should be recorded, what should be saved, what these kind of visions. And actually, does that represent us now and who we are? We're creating a workshop series which will be half about learning about objects and archives and collections and museums and the creative an artist that use those in their work in whatever medium. And then the other half of the sessions will be creative, so we're going to do photography sessions, video sessions, performance, live art. The response we've had so far and the amount of people who are interested, who want to apply to do the workshops and to find out more about our project, even if they don't have a collection, they're like, how can I get involved, what can I do? And it's incredible.
These people, the work that they create will be exhibitions that will be exhibited in the Spire. We'll also have a few curated exhibitions as well.
Yeah.
We've invited people who've got interesting collections and stories to tell to bring their archives along, and we're going to exhibit those. It's taken on a life of its own, hasn't it?
Totally has.
Like,
yeah.
it's just, there's something about this idea that has just flown.
We want it to be as accessible as possible and have free exhibitions and the workshops to be free, because then it doesn't limit who can, it doesn't limit in any way who can take part.
Probably want tea and biscuits and things like that.
Always, yeah.
So yeah, all of that's going to be coming out of our pockets. It feels like we're going to need a really big space at some point for all the stories that do need telling, because maybe we are going to just end up telling everybody's. But we all deserve to have our stories told, so